Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will study prokaryotic cell, right? So, what is the meaning of pro? Pro means primitive and karyotic always means nucleus, right? So, it is clear that a cell with primitive nucleus is known as prokaryotic cell, right? A cell which will be more primitive in origin, it will be known as prokaryotic. Remember, whenever we use the word prokaryote, it is always for an organism, right? So, an organism is known as prokaryote because it contains the prokaryotic cell. Now, what are the examples of prokaryotes? Examples of prokaryotes includes majorly the bacteria because it is primitive in origin. Primitive means when earth formed long way back, then bacteria was the first creature that was there, right? So we are going to make the diagram of it. This is how bacteria looks. Bacteria also contains the cell wall, but its cell wall is not made up of the cellulose as in the case of the plant cells, right? So this is the cell wall of the bacteria, which is being made up of a special component which is known as peptidoglycan. Okay. Now bacteria, they contain small hair-like projections on their surface and these are known as cilia. So these hair-like structures, they are known as cilia. The blue layer here I have drawn, it is cell membrane or plasma membrane. Other than this, we also have seen that bacteria, they have long hair-like structure which is known as flagella. Remember, it is very important to learn here that cilia and flagella, in the case of bacteria, they help in making the bacteria motile, means it can do the movement from one place to another, right? So, cilia and flagella, they both help in the motility, movement or changing the position from one place to another. Now, when I say that bacteria, they are prokaryotic, that means they won't be having well-defined nucleus. Means well-defined nucleus would be the one where nuclear membrane will not be present. So, such type of nucleus is known as nucleoid. Whenever you will make the structure of bacteria, this much labeling should certainly be done. So there is no demarcation between the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Now another thing which you should note is most of the cell organelles are absent, right? So I'm going to write it for you. Most of the cell organelles are absent. Which cell organelle is present? Which cell organelle is present? Ribosomes are present. Ribosomes are present. So these are all the characteristic features that you can write upon if you get a question. What are the characteristic features of prokaryotic cell? So you will make the diagram. Then you will say that in the prokaryotic cell is a one which is having primitive nucleus. Second point you will write that There is no demarcation between the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Poorly developed nucleus is known as nucleoid. Then you will also write cilia and flagella helps the bacteria in its movement. Cell wall in bacteria is made up of peptidoglycan. Cilia are small hair-like structures and flagella is a long vipe-like structure. Okay, so I'm writing here vipe-like structure. Right? Ribosomes are present and most of the cell organelles are absent. This much you should definitely know. Now, if you ask me a question that, ma'am, do bacteria has genetic material? Yes. You can also write about its genetic material, that the genetic material in bacteria is DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. But here in the case of bacteria, one special feature is there, that DNA is circular. This is a point to be written, that DNA is circular. This is a characteristic feature of a prokaryotic cell. I hope you all have understood how to draw the diagram of bacteria, what is the chemical composition of the cell wall, DNA is circular, or what is flagella or what is cilia. Right? Another thing which you should know, that bacteria, they also contain fimbriae. Now, what are fimbriae? Fimbriae, they are the structures that help them in adhering to the rock. Adhering to the rock or any hard surface. Okay, so bacteria, they get stuck to these surfaces with the help of fimbriae. There is no role of fimbriae in the motility as cilia and flagella does. This is also one of the important thing, right? Now you need to answer me that poorly developed nucleus is also known as dash. You will be giving the answer in one word. The students who will be trying for this question, whether it would be right or wrong, their names will be taken in the upcoming video. If you have understood the concept of prokaryotic cell, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing and pressing the bell icon too. See you in next video with eukaryotic cell.